everyone. So in today's video, I am going to be filming a get ready with me answering a question by somebody who writes, "Hey Jennifer, I have so many questions about the training for Disney for being a Disney princess. Maybe you can answer some of them. 1, while training, did you get a book of difficult questions and answers to memorize? How could you answer a question like, why is the sky blue, if someone tries to put you on the spot? How can you keep high level of energy after like 6 hours of your shift? And number 4, I read you cannot say I don't know in any way. Can you say to a guest, I'm not sure? What if you really don't know an answer to a question? Thank you so much." So if you hear people talking in the background, it's probably my son and my husband who are playing video games with my brother-in-law. And so that's what that's about. So here I am after I've gotten out of the shower. I have blow dried my hair dry, so it's in its natural state. Insecurities I have is this little patch right here. I wish it was fuller. I feel like I used to have so much more hair when I was younger. I've been wanting to film a get ready with me video. My eyebrows are not perfectly plucked. I still feel like I need to do more plucking around my face, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. This is 42, this is being a mom, this is life. So I'm going to begin with putting my hair up in a hair stick to just kind of keep it out of the way. And my bangs might look a little funky, but that's okay. And I am drinking some hot tea. I love green tea. This one is the Twinings Green Tea. It is Jasmine of all the teas to drink. I don't know, I always hear that green tea is good for you. Supposedly it can help with weight loss. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't drink it regularly enough, although I want to aim for that, for like a late night snack to like end eating for the night. But my skin is super clean. Again, this is its natural state without even having moisturizer. I do have a couple blemishes I'm a little insecure about. So since this YouTube video is just like a late night video, oh, it smells so good. I like putting a little moisturizer on my face before I put makeup on, especially this face oil. It blends 27 vital anti-aging essential oils for all skin types. And I got into essential oils when I was working at Disney's Grand Floridian Spa. I just feel like essential oils are tested, tried and true. They've been used for centuries. And at night, like when I wash my face tonight, I'll probably give myself another face massage, but I just love to like do this number on my skin, do upward motions. My upper lip area, under my jaw. I'm not gonna do too much. Comment below if you wanna see me do a face massage video where I show you my full face massage routine. And I noticed that my eyeliner doesn't seem to stay as well when I put face oil on here, but I'm not gonna do eyeliner for today's get ready with me. Oh, and then whatever's left over, I just put on my hands and I just feel good. So the makeup look I'm gonna do is something that if I was going out with a girlfriend to go to like a French bakery or a French cafe, which we have a few of those in the area where I live, and maybe we just wanted to go talk and enjoy each other's presence, this is the makeup that I would do. Something simple, laid back. I'm not trying to impress too much. It's not like a date night with my husband. It's low-key, I'm your friend. You accept me for who I am, even if I don't look perfect kind of thing. And so I'm gonna start with the COVERGIRL Plus Olay Simply Ageless Foundation. This one is great for daytime. It has titanium dioxide sunscreen and hyaluronic complex and vitamin C. I like to use this around my eye area for dark under eye circles, and I use it as more of a concealer because it is very cakey and it can provide a very good coverage all over, but I like to use this for under my eyes, so I'm gonna do that now. And I just sort of use my finger. Probably should get a mirror because I'm using the camera thing to like apply. I'll be right back. So I have my mirror, but I just sort of use my finger to blend that in. I don't even know if you can really tell that big of a difference. This is evening lighting, you guys. All I have is like a ring light for my light right now. The question was, while training, did you get a book of difficult questions and answers to memorize? Yes, I did get a book of, you said difficult questions and answers to memorize. So mind you, it's been like 20 something years, or because I was 21 when I got hired and I'm 42 now. So it's like 20 years since I've memorized this thing. And I have a dear friend who is a bigger Disney fan than I am. And she remembers more of the Aladdin movie than even I do. But at the time I was super into it. And I took my character job very seriously. And so I feel like I would have known more than her. I don't know. At the time, memorizing for Aladdin was not difficult. Memorizing for Pocahontas was, because I was not naturally inclined to Pocahontas. It was just because of dark features that they even gave her to me. And so I didn't have that same like love or care or concern for the story that I had for Jasmine. Even though I do have a few like some uneven skin texture here and everything, I'm not really stressed about it. It's not that bad, like, shall we say. So I think I'm just gonna use this e.l.f.'s bronzing drops. Bronze plus nourish, antioxidants, and sunflower seed oil. It just says, shake well before use, add 1 to 3 drops to your skin moisturizer or your face or body cream of choice and blend. So I don't really have a face lotion here, but since I already have some face oil on, I'm just gonna put this all over and kind of see what happens. I'm experimenting as I go with you guys. I feel like it's something that I would do. The Pocahontas one, that training manual was difficult to memorize. I remember that. Not so much the Pocahontas Disney movie because it was very simplified, but Disney would also have me putting about this much on my hands there. Disney, this is like, I feel like this is a little too dark. What the heck am I doing? Yeah, I'm gonna need some moisturizer to balance this out. I have the little hand wipes from Up so that I can wipe this off my hands. What I'm gonna do is I have this Bare Essentials brush. It's like several years old, but I love it. And I'm gonna use it to just blend this all out. It is kind of absorbing though, right? Am I just getting used to it? I don't know. Just gonna add a tad bit more and some of my face oil and do it like that. And bring it down. I'm not really happy with this color. So I'm just gonna apply more of this all over and hope that it evens out. Okay, I like this. I feel more normal. From now on, I will stick to blending this either with a moisturizer or with an actual foundation. Now I'm gonna use some e.l.f. This is e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. Then you also ask, how could you answer a question like, why is the sky blue, if someone tries to put you on the spot? Okay, so nobody ever tried to pull the wool over me, thankfully. I felt like people were super respectful. If anything, my little Angela character that you've seen going, like where I make my character go around talking to Disney characters, that is crazy. Nobody really did that. And I did Angela, like that whole thing where I go around putting princesses on the spot, because I always wanted somebody to ask some kind of bold, daring question, and nobody did. So I did my best to ask interesting questions as Angela to other Disney characters. I have some of the powder in here. I'm using this Bare, what is this? The Real Techniques brush. Try to set So you can kind of still see the blemishes. I'm not really going for a perfect flawless look. I just wanted like some coverage. So I also have this baked blush. It's called Starfish Island Natural Finish. So I'm using another Real Techniques brush. My dog was biting the end of this one, but it still works. And I really like this blush. I just apply it to the apples of my cheeks. Put a little on my neck, and I don't know, it kind of seems a little bit like it needs to be blended a little bit for me. I feel like it seems a little darker on this side. I don't know if it's because I have a little, what seems like pigmentation right there, or because of these two blemishes, but I'm gonna apply a little bit more to this side. I am a huge fan of highlight. So I have this that I got from Marshall's. This is by Jaclyn. It's called Mesmerized Highlighter and Illuminator. And I have this brush by Real Techniques. And I will just fluff some on there. And I really like to apply it to my nose, my upper lip. Highlight under there. I like to highlight here and highlight there. It's like a little, almost like an eyeshadow. Very simple, but like I feel like if somebody would have come up to me and said, why is the sky blue if I am Princess Jasmine? Oh my gosh, what would I have said? The real Jennifer Oaks would say the sky is blue because, and I would probably use like the scientific reason, because I think there is an actual scientific reason. I just need to go on Google and look it up. I learned it in high school. It's been a hot minute. I haven't had to think about or use that information in a long time. But also I believe in God and that he created the world and the universe and all that. So, but at Disney, you can't talk about your personal beliefs because, you know, that can cause all kinds of problems. So I don't think I would have talked about science or religion or anything like that. I probably would have said something like, oh, the sky is blue because it's Jeannie's favorite color. Is that, I probably would have said something like that, or I don't know, we should ask your parents. You know, I probably would have said something like that. Why don't we talk to our parents about that and ask them why they think the sky is blue? So if I was Pocahontas, oh my word. So Disney did not prepare me for questions like that. And again, thank God, like I didn't have guests that were trying to stump me. Usually it was little kids. I felt like, and I'm using this little eyebrow brush or this mascara brush to just kind of comb my eyebrows. They're a little bit unkempt and I haven't plucked them. But oh, one of my favorite things to use on my eyebrows that I might use is this e.l.f. It's the brow tinted gel. I really like that one. But like, especially right here, oof, I kind of put too much there. It's a little dark. Or it's a little sparse right here. So I kind of try to lay the brow gel in thick where it is sparse. And I'm gonna fix where it is too thick right now. But I kind of lay the gel into like little sparse spots and comb it through. And I like that the gel sort of works to keep my eyebrows in place. But like, actually I think that looks pretty good. Very like, see right now I'm feeling super natural beauty. Yes, I'm 42. I'm not trying to hide that. I'm not trying to look like I'm something I'm not. Ooh. And I recently ordered this off e.l.f. I did a whole haul. This is called Polished Peach. I feel like it's a little bit thick in the corners. This color is nice. It is definitely like an orangey peach. Instead of using your finger to pull the lipstick around, you just use this thing. I think I'm happy with my look, you guys. It's very casual to meet up with a friend late in the evening. My brows are like gently manicured. Let me pull my hair stick out. I guess I do feel like it's a little bit too oily looking under my eye, so I have this pointed powder brush where I will try to mattify under my eye. But also I think that highlighter that I put under my eye kind of did that. Putting whatever leftover blush was on this brush. And then if I wanna doll myself up even more, I can add a flashier earring because these ones that I have in are just studs. And I have these silver ones that hang down a little bit. Minimal makeup, night out with my friends, where I feel like she loves me for me and she's not judging me for not being the *1 beauty guru on YouTube. And now I'm gonna have another sip of green tea. This lip oil by e.l.f. is very soft and it is like a subtle color. So I feel like Pocahontas, why is the sky blue? If somebody would have said that to me, I would have tried to turn it around like, why do the birds fly? Why are the trees green? Some things are just the way they are. Like, you know, you literally make something up on the spot. And for Pocahontas to come back asking a question, I feel like that's on vibe with her character. You know, turn it around on them. Why are the trees green? Why does the river run? Kind of like her song, how high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. So like turn it around, like use that song, turn the question around back on them with, why is the sky blue? Why does the river run? You know, like something like that is probably what I would have said. Number 3, how can you keep a high level of energy after like 6 hours of your shift? Very good question. Pocahontas was hard for me to keep a high level of energy because it could get very sleepy where I was. I was at Rafiki's Planet Watch, which you had to take a train to get there. It was a bit of a drive, like coming from the costume building, and there weren't that many people to talk to. I really felt lonely back there. There were a couple of fur characters, but they were usually like random people who I didn't like have a deep connection with the way I did with some of the other face characters that I got to interact with at other parks like Epcot and Magic Kingdom. The way I kept energy was you remind yourself, why are you doing this? You're doing this to bring joy to others. This isn't for yourself. Like, yes, you're getting paid to do a job, but what a blessed job to have. And I tried to remind myself of that all the time, and just the excitement of how it felt for me meeting Disney characters. I wanted to give that back. And I wanted to give it back every single day that I put that costume on, that I put that wig on and the makeup. Treat others how you would want to be treated. The old saying, love your neighbor as yourself. That's essentially what gave me that energy to do that job all the time, is how can I love on these guests? How can I make their trip more special, more memorable? How can I love these kids, you know? And so that is what gave me the energy. And also I was super blessed that my niece and nephew were about the same age of the kids that I was often meeting, which I would say like the age range of kids that I met was between ages 3 to 9, somewhere in that, the elementary school age kids, preschool, elementary. Like I would often envision my niece and nephew, like I was meeting them kind of thing and showing them love. So yeah, so I hope that answers that question. Oh, but let me touch on Princess Jasmine. With Princess Jasmine, also similar answer. However, it was easier because I had an Aladdin who I could play off of, and he was usually high energy and I was high energy, and I just loved the romance and the love between Aladdin and Jasmine and their story. It was legitimately one of my favorite Disney stories. and I felt like I could relate to Jasmine because she had thick eyebrows and I had a unibrow as a kid, so I felt like I could relate to her. I loved Arabic music. We were in Morocco at Epcot a lot of times, and they would play that music. The idea of being on a magic carpet really excited me. It was Princess Jasmine, like literally when I even got the idea to even audition to become a Disney princess was because my husband saw the way I was looking at Princess Jasmine, and that's when he said to me, you know, you could go be Princess Jasmine. And I was like, what? Like, like, are you serious? Like, it was almost like being given permission. And so like, I just remember how I felt when I saw her and wanting to give that back to somebody else. So those memories and those sentiments give you the energy. And it was such a blessing and a gift to even do that job. Keeping that in mind, it is better to give than to receive kind of thing. That's what kept me going, so. And then number 4, you said, I read you can't say I don't know in any way. I don't specifically remember them saying that, but it sounds like something they would say at Disney. What if you really don't know an answer to a question? But that's what you're getting hired for, is improv. And I had taken improv acting at SAC Comedy Lab actually after my time at Disney, but I think I still had to learn improvisational acting, or I had taken a few acting classes in Winter Park and near downtown Orlando. So I wasn't as good as the Aladdins at the improv, but I thankfully never felt that feeling of I didn't have the answer. I generally always had an answer to everybody for every single thing that was asked. Never ever did somebody put me on the spot, or if I didn't know the answer, like I feel like sometimes guests might have asked a question to do with park operations, and in those situations I would say, oh, well, we have the attendant over here. And there was a favorite attendant I had named Tabitha. If it was her that I was working with, I'd be like, Tabitha, the guest has a question. And so you can redirect the guest to somebody who would have the answer to that question. But if it was regarding my film, never. Like I remember like knowing part 2 of the Aladdin film and part 3. I knew everything about those films. Like if I was to be thrown like a character from those films. I think one time somebody brought up Aladdin's father, and because I was sharp on my Disney knowledge at the time, it was easy to answer, and you know, you just answer and keep moving on. But nobody ever tried, thankfully, nobody ever tried to do me dirty like that. I felt like as Princess Jasmine, I received a lot of respect from people. I am not gonna lie at all. The only disrespect that I might have received was if a guest, I remember there were a couple of guys that were like, oh, you're sexy, or something like that. And the Aladdins got so angry. So my heritage, like my family is Colombian from South America, and it's not so the men who said those things were South American or Spanish speakers. So because I know Latin culture, I wasn't offended when they said that. I knew that they genuinely meant it as a compliment, even though it was it's probably just completely like I get the inappropriateness of it. But this guy, like, he wasn't American in any sense of the word. Like, this guy, like, didn't speak English kind of thing. And I knew he was excited and genuine. Like, he was trying to compliment me legitimately. And so I didn't take it bad, but I remember the Aladdin did. And it's like, you want to edge it. I wanted to be like, no, we can't say that here. Like, because in some countries, right or wrong, like the women, it's almost like an insult if somebody doesn't compliment you as being attractive, because it can be like, oh, what's wrong with me? I don't look good today. Why are men not like being like, like, why am I not getting piropos or whatever? But I knew what he meant. You know, there's a line that you can cross in Latin culture, but that one is like, you can go right up to the line as long as you don't cross it anyways. Some of you are like, I don't know, Jennifer, this doesn't sound good. No, that was like the only time I felt disrespected, is what I'm trying to say. As far as people trying to trip me up with knowledge, no, that didn't happen. Usually with the Princess Jasmine, the wives were super like, we get it, girl. Like, and they would send their husbands over to like take pictures with me as Princess Jasmine, or performing Princess Jasmine. But at that time, I was young and newlywed and still like a very jealous wife. So I remember not understanding why wives would send their husbands to get pictures with me. I was like, I would never do that. Like, I remember thinking that, but now I totally get it, and it's funny to me now, but I just couldn't see it then. Anyway, you live, you learn, you grow. It's all good. Now I laugh about it, but anyways, let me know your thoughts and feelings. Was I in the wrong? Should I have gotten more offended with the sexy comment? But at the same time, I feel like my cousins who have lived in America, like they understand American culture and what's not okay and what is okay. I don't know. I don't know if things in Colombia have changed, if things in other Latin countries have changed. You know, the women definitely like to be all, hey, you know. So I don't want to say all. I don't want to stereotype either. So anyways, I hope I answered your question. I hope this video was enjoyable. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit like, hit share. I would appreciate any love or comments you guys send. I always enjoy hearing from you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Bye, everyone.